Yeah, said I gotta do better. Yeah, that's the motto. I get in the curse, my foot in the pedal and never let up. I dropped the L, now it's Toro. Dubs coming first like it's Whack-A-Mole. But tell them all, yeah. Can't come in last, no. I'm coming first, I ain't no slowpoke. Oh, it's Toro. I said, oh, it's Toro. I said, oh, it's Toro. I dropped the L and it's down, I ain't double fold.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It's Toro here. I just wanted to talk about the importance of the word, what the word is, and how to use it to shape your life. So, personally, I always try to make sure that I'm using all the words that I want to, that are going to be meaningful for my purpose. I don't like saying words that don't have meaning or that I didn't think about saying. So I won't say certain things, and I'll say this. It can, if you're way too far into thinking, oh, I need to have everything right, all the words the right way, then you're going to miss the point, and you're going to end up shooting yourself in the foot, because as we all know, life can be fast, it can be slow, it can be anywhere in between. And you need to be able to, just react without thinking so hard about the words that you're using, and just be more intuitive. So, we think about the Bible. For the record, I don't align with any religious sect. I am more of just a spiritual individual. I like to look at all of them and pick and choose for what's best for me. But we look at the word. They always talk about the importance of the word. And from what I've gathered and what I thought about and what I feel works, is a way of thinking about it all, is thinking that we have to remember that there is masculine and there's feminine energy that builds anything. Nothing can be born without masculine and feminine coming together in harmony. So if we think about, let's say I want to be able to create the reality that I want to create and live in, I'm going to want to identify the masculine and feminine aspects of my life, and then I'm going to turn the temperature up on each one and see what needs, or down, whatever, we have to match it so that it can come together and create what we want in every aspect. So I feel that our most powerful thing in our world is our ability to use our words, whether it's in our heads or outside, speaking to someone, speaking to yourself, speaking to something. We're able to use our words to affect the vibration, that the energy that this world is made up of. We all are energy. We all are made up of waves. We all are always vibrating, and our words have an effect. That is our superpower. So if we look at that and we're like, okay, that's our superpower. We can use our superpower to create the world that we want. So what does that mean? There's masculine and there's feminine energies that have to come together and build strategically. Line, like, let's say we're gonna build a house. We have to line out, get the blueprint, measure everything so it'll all stick together and be supported. Then we're gonna put the materials together and we're gonna build it. Then we're gonna make it a home. So if we're gonna look at our words and everything, there's, in the spiritual space, in the self-improvement space, we always talk about affirmations and, saying things that are going to affirm something in your life, affirm something that into being. So, like I said, our gift is our words. We're able to speak. We're able to be something like a human being is able to allow themselves to be anything. We can say, I am this, I am cold, I am hot, I am black, I am white, I am happy, I'm sad. You can say all those things. That is your superpower. Now, the way that you use that and understand the importance of this is to realize that the emotion is the feminine. We always talk about, like, a lot of times in a negative aspect, we talk about females being emotional. That's because they're more intensely connected to their feminine side, because they're biologically feminine. And that's how the feminine is manifested into our plane of existence, is the masculine and the feminine, man, woman, husband, wife. they're going to be more in contact with their feminine. So that, and the average female, the average male, average human being is not in balance. And we need to come to a balance to be able to have control of our lives, because if we aren't going to control it, someone else will, or something else will. So if we're going to look at the feminine, that's the emotion. That's what's going to actually put meaning behind the words you're saying. In the masculine is the word itself. I've heard a lot, and especially if you're thinking about things in a spiritual context, so many different words and colors. Word, if I'm being honest, words are limited. Words are limited. Anything in this physical realm is limited. Now extrasensory input, that is unlimited. Now we use our words to be able to make sense of that. And there's not saying that you just shouldn't learn how to speak because it's limited. The reality is that you exist on this plane here, exist in this world, in this society, with people, all different types of people who have all different types of feelings and languages. We should most definitely learn, understand the words that you're using. So I think that we have to understand there's two parts of this. If we want to live harmoniously in this world, we have to understand our language, understand where it comes from, the plethora of words that we can use to explain what we're seeing, and then also understand the emotion that we're putting behind it, because the emotion is what colors that picture that the words draw. Understand that? Like, we have to, if we want to have control over our environment, control over who we are and where we are, we have to then control the steering wheel, which is our word. What are we going to, our actions, what are we going to think about, what are we going to say, how are we saying it? That's what puts it in alignment towards our goals. What are our goals? And are we saying things that are positive to our goals? Are we saying things that are negative to our goals? Are we feeling, how are we feeling when we're saying them? How do we change how we feel if that's not in alignment? We need to be in alignment. And this is the practice. Like, all right, I'm gonna look at this and I'm gonna say what I have to say, because for me personally, I do things that have to do with magic, and I understand this stuff at a deeper level, and I understand like Kundalini meditation, Kundalini, all that science is about the masculine and feminine energies and using them in a way to have them flow throughout your body with harmony. Eastern philosophies, they had this stuff down pat. They already knew about the masculine and feminine, how it can be used to manifest whatever. Now, we look back, and that's why we look back over here in the East, into the West here. We kind of took it and just kind of pushed it aside. We took what we needed and then like blasphemized everything else it was. I think that we need to come into a balance. I don't think there should be just a way of, oh, there's no spirituality, or no, there's no like materialism. I believe that we live in a world in harmony with both of those together, but we need to learn how to put them together. Now, let's say this. I want to extrapolate the words and the emotion back to a practice that you could use in order to get better at this. Now, as men, we stereotypically in our society, we have been more not able to control our emotion, I would say. Or yeah, I think it's because we can't control our emotion. We only push it down. We're gonna push it down, and we're only gonna go by logic. Now, logic is going to help you out in certain instances, but there needs to be a balance, because a logic is going to take you away from your alignment to what your higher self is trying to get you to go towards, the supreme good is trying to get you to go towards. Now, we can look at a female. A female would have trouble regulating their emotion with their logic. A lot of times you might say something that you don't want to say, or weren't thinking about in the moment, and bringing it together. If you stand for something, this is like, you look at someone like who's a very influential individual, they're able to say words that have meaning in the logical sense as well as the emotional sense. We can look at someone like we can look at someone like, I'll say Hitler. Like, you might not agree with him. I don't agree with what the man is saying, but he knew what he was doing. He appealed to people's logic as well as their emotion. He was like, and I said there be the logic maybe flawed, but logic is logic. That's why you cannot only rely on logic, and you cannot only rely on the emotion, because emotion will drive you somewhere, logic will drive you somewhere. Now I'll say this: he. Well, I'm not even gonna talk about Hitler right now. This ain't a Hitler video. I'm saying like people who are influential, like Martin Luther King, Gandhi, they knew what they were putting the emotion along with the words they were saying. They can move people. If you can move yourself, you can change the world. If you do this for yourself, you can change your own world. But we have to start by being mindful, meditating, being able to catch the thoughts that come into our heads on a daily basis. Understand what, okay, on a daily basis, these are the thoughts that come in here. All right, I can assign a positive or negative polarity in relation to my goals that I have set that I want my life to be like. All right, and I see what's been happening because of these words that I've been saying. Now let me go ahead and take one by one. I'm gonna say, oh, I want this to be positive now to this goal. I'm gonna change this word out for this one, put this emotion behind it, and see what that change does to your life. See what happens when you do that. See what happens when you act out what you say, when it's in alignment, all the way down from the word, from the emotion to the action. What happens then? I'm sure it's going to be something positive to what you're trying to get done. So all this comes together. It's all cohesive. Like these is the steering wheel. This is the pieces that we have to put the world together that we want. Like I want people to see these keys. But I mean, shoot, I think that's about it. Like, I just wanted to be able to say like the importance of the word that we have to use, that we hear on a daily basis within our heads and outside of us. We have this. We're in control right here. All right, but all right, guys, I've said enough. If you guys want to talk about this in the comments, please put your input in. Share the video to as many people as possible to spread this positivity, spread these keys to as many people as possible. It's been fun making this video. Catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. Heart of a Bull, Eye of the Matador. We're out.